Hello everyone, welcome to the Jargus Ranger Review. This time we'll be looking at the 7th episode of Dino Supercharge, Home Run Koda. Now before we get started, I just want to say that there's a slightly new feature on YouTube where you can add polls to the middle of your video. And I'm going to try to have one last as long as possible. Or at least one now and one at the end, right over here in the top right corner. I want to know your preference. Do you like my style for the first 3 seasons of the new Power Rangers, where it was just my voice and pictures from my Power Rangers video game? Or do you like this format better, where it's me talking directly to you on the camera with all kinds of cuts? Let me know, either on there or in the comment below. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Episode starts out with Fury being all Rita Repulsa-like, instead of an angry general, because he's spying on the Rangers in person. Pretty close by too, yet there's no alerts. And it prompts Heckle to send out one alien that's basically a bunch of sports references mixed into one. You can use different balls, clubs, bats, whatever from all kinds of different sports. Because the Rangers are outside trying some. Mostly for Koda, who has no experience, and for Ivan, who only knows, well, jousting. But this is a Koda episode, and we haven't had one for him in a long time. The last one I remember that was entirely centered around Koda, or mostly centered around him, was with Prince Philip. I might be wrong in that, but I'm pretty sure I am not. Anyway, more on topic. They're fighting the Vivix unmorphed, which is a feat in itself, because nearby there's a team playing baseball, who are scouted for cover, but the coach sees Koda fight him off pretty damn well, because he hits the monster's balls right back at him with a baseball bat, which amazed him, and after they all left, he took him aside and asked him to join this team. And Riley decided to be his manager for it, because Koda still isn't the most socially unawkward person, and that was a very weird way of wording that. Because apparently it's a pro league team, which means there's lots of glory to be made in there. And so they kick that off right away. Riley starts being not just the manager, but also a trainer, teaching Koda the various ways of the game and such, having him do workouts, and even denying him a Bronto burger for a salad and a green smoothie. I've tried those before. They are disgusting. Don't ever drink one. So that's half the episode right there. Because Koda just keeps getting home run after home run after home run in every game. And everyone calls him Home Run Koda. Though we do see some funny bits, like they're having a press conference for him joining the team for some reason inside the Dinosaur Museum. And for a couple of questions, he basically has simplicity still, because he doesn't wear shoes because they squish his feet, and even brings it up onto the desk to show it. And when he asks for how long he was playing the game, he says that he was born with a club in his hand. Riley made a good move of canceling that press conference before it got really weird. And Riley gets pretty arrogant about it, because he seems more into the glory from winning the championship than enjoying the game for Koda. To the point where the Rangers want them to practice with them, or to check out any mysterious sightings. He says, if there's a problem, you know how to reach us. And he took off with Koda. You can see Koda's facial expression. He's not enjoying that as much as he started out. On the other hand, with our enemies, he's training the Vivix, or sports monster. I was unable to catch a name for him this time. Because, come on, the Vivix, they always are so weak. So he's putting them through boot camp to make them stronger. While the Rangers have their own issues to deal with. So it's an unofficial ceasefire that they never communicated. And ultimately, this comes to a head right before the championship game. Which basically has... well, they have to go fight an enemy, but Riley and Koda stay behind at first. Until it gets revealed that his bat actually belonged to the monster, and that's why he was getting all his home runs the whole time. It wasn't Koda's actual skill. So at which point, they have to run off to fight the monster, because the bat is also an explosive when he can find it. So they need that to be away from people in the first place. So they fight the Vivix, who are stronger this time and are kind of sported out, but they go down quickly anyway. And when the Rangers fight them, they're defeated by the new Final Strike that Morgan developed. And the Final Strike consists of no battle as a weapon for Tyler, but instead the Rangers all fire their blasts, and it's like the heads of the dinosaurs that the Energens come from, followed by streaks of light, obviously, of different colors. Almost firework flamey too, and they all blast in and destroy him. The Megazord battle, from when I watched it, I didn't find anything too impressive about it. But it's okay, they used a Plexus Sword with only Tyler and Kendall. That's something I haven't seen yet. I wish she'd have more of a presence on the battlefield, because right now it just seems she's a Purple Ranger. Sometimes she'll be in battle, sometimes she won't. But hey, she's got a quick action piece in the intro now. And Philip himself, he has not had anything to do at all in battling the whole second season. He's just there. He had like a couple minutes in the past episode, and that's it. Anyway, the point is, we need more Prince Philip and Kendall Morgan in action. So when they come back from fighting, they they also use the other two Megazords, but it was a standard battle. Nothing special about that. So when they come back to the game, it's the final inning. The game's all tied up, and they need Koda to win it for them. And Riley just gives some now humble advice. Oh yeah, it was also his childhood dream to, win a Major League Game series, but he never had the ability that Koda does. So that's why he kept pushing him the whole time. But they already made up from that. And right before it, Riley tells him to just trust his instincts and enjoy the game. So for his first two hits, he strikes. So for his last one, he calls for a timeout. He takes his shoes off. Yes, that wasn't just a joke earlier in the episode. And then he goes on a caveman pose. He takes the bat, holds like a club, and he's half squatted. He's like, yeah. And the opposing pitcher is like, what the fuck is he doing? But he still tosses it. And Koda just goes, whoosh! And it's another home run, and he wins. And yeah, so he can do it fine without cheating. All he had to do was play like a caveman, not a modern day person. And there we go. And that's it for this episode. Heckle had maybe like a whole minute of screen time where he just seemed mildly annoyed that nothing was happening. But yeah, he needs to step his game up, because for this he seemed very hands off, not really caring what happened either way. Which he shouldn't be, because he's the leader of our villains. He needs to have a commanding presence. Which he did for a little bit. I think he was preparing to use an attack, I'm not sure. But still, hopefully in the next episode we get some better progression. Because aside from some Koda fun and a bit of character development and humiliation for Riley, nothing really changed since the last episode. It was still a decent watch, but you're not missing anything if you don't see it. With that all said and done, it was still fun. For all that said and done, it's still a decent episode if you want to watch it. I'm Jargus Ranger, thanks for watching. Please, if you can see it, click that poll in the right corner and tell me what you think of my two styles. Until we meet again, let the power protect you.